So, hello, today we are going to talk about Attorney General of India under Article 76 of our Indian Constitution. We are going to talk about its duties, its term, its office, and its appointment, its qualifications, okay? The difference between Attorney General and Chief Justice of India, its rights and its limitations. All aspects we are going to cover, okay, under Article 76, Attorney General of our India. So first of all, Attorney General of our India is the highest law officer in our country. Okay, he is not a real judge, but he is the highest law officer. So first of all, his appointment is done by the advice of Council of Ministers. Okay, to the President, and the President appoints him. Hmm? And the qualifications of the Attorney General is that he must be a judge of Supreme Court, that he must be 10-year advocate and 5-year judge of High Court and all. Okay, these are necessary qualifications, okay, as the same as that of the judge of Supreme Court. Hmm? So this is the qualifications of Attorney General of our India. Okay, its appointment is done by the advice of Council of Ministers, okay, to the President, and the President appoints him. And the President must also deem him or her as an eminent jurist, okay, in his view. So after that, the duties of the Attorney General. Okay, the duties of Attorney General are very simple. Okay, he has to just advise the government. He has to just fight for the government on legal matters. Now, what are legal matters? Legal matters means matters based on court disputes between the government and the accused or the other ones. Okay, so he has to fight on the behalf of government. Okay, he has to fight on the behalf of government in the court of Supreme Court, in the court of High Court also. Okay, and moreover, he has to appear in Supreme Court or High Court, or he has to represent the government of India in courts. Okay, and other duties also includes that the duties assigned by the President. Okay, he has to advise the government, okay, on legal matters. Okay, that's why he's having the power, legal power, and legal and advising the government on legal matters. These are his mainly powers and duties: to advise on legal matters, to fight for the behalf of the government in court and in such disputes. Now we are going to talk about its rights. Okay, so his rights is not that much, because its rights are morely confined by the government, as the government can do whatever it wants with the Attorney General. Means not whatever, but he has to limit himself. Okay, on the basis of that, he must not go to the accused ones. He must not have any sort of criticism on the government. Okay, he must be wholly on the side of government and fight for the government itself in the court. So these are the particular limitations of the Attorney General of India. Hmm? His rights include that he must only fight with the government and not any other sort of opposition, okay, by the government. He must appear in the Supreme Court or High Court when called necessary. Okay, he has to advise the government. Okay, then he has to always be a legal advisor of the government, and he is also not deemed as a government servant. First of all, okay, he is just a legal advisor for the government. He is just a fighter for the government in the courts. This is the real rights and powers and duties of the Attorney General of India under Article 76 of our Constitution.